Great posters, Timmy. They must all have special memories.
Yeah, they're mainly either things that touched my heart as a child, being taken to the London Palladium by my mum and my dad. But this is actually one I was in. This is Frankie, Vaughn. This is the Stutz Bearcats, my group. And this was a tour that finished at the London Palladium. And Vince Hill joined. Vince Hill joined at the end of it.
And that's you.
That's me there.
Okay.
Yeah. And this is the same show. A different poster. It's the same but I'm on there again, you see.
Right.
This is me there, with the Stutz Bearcats again there.
And what year was that?
This was probably about 89, I think. And then this was 87 or 88. This is Dean Martin.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So Dean Martin was coming to the UK, and I think they had the Nolans. There was different groups put forward for it, and our group was put forward for it, and Dean Martin picked us, which was lovely. That's so nice, and I heard that on radio too. I think Laura Hannaford dropped that story. Fantastic. So there you go. This is Cliff. Cliff in a proper variety show. The Cliff Richard Show, Freddie Davis, Little and Large, Trio Athena, the Aquator, can't speak that one, Pat Carroll, Olivia Newton-John's best friend actually, and the Pamela Davis Dancers. You see, that's a variety show. This here, as you know, is Cilla Black. Aladdin, I was 10 years old at the London Palladium. Cilla Black, Leslie Crowther, Alfred Marks, Terry Scott, Sheila Burnett, and Basil Brush.
Wow.
So you don't get this anymore, you see. This
no,
is my
you don't.
point. And if you want to come over here,
okay.
This one here was the first show I ever did. And I was 13 years old at Barbara Speake Stage School, and I had to go into the kitchen and sing Where Is Love from Oliver. And I was a bit nervous, and I focused on a large tin of baked beans and sang Where Is Love. I ended up in that for a year.
Fantastic.
At the Albury Theatre.
So why did you audition in the kitchen?
Because they came round, I think it wasn't Angela Weber came round. Somebody from David Land Productions came, and I think the school hall, they were doing tap ballet modern. So they put us in the kitchen. So we all traipsed in, and we sang in the kitchen like this. It's too high for me. But Where Is Love? This here is the London Palladium again. This is variety at its best. Ronnie Corbett, Clodagh Rogers, Terry Scott, David Kossoff, Julian Orchard, and Malcolm Roberts. I remember all these things distinctly. Lulu. I've worked with Lulu. I mean, she wouldn't scream across the road at me if she passed me, but we've got a connection. Lulu, Ron Moody, Rachel Gurney, Tessa Wyatt, married to Tony Blackburn, very sad. Not that it's sad, I love Tony Blackburn, but he got a bit upset on the radio live one time. Tony Simpson, Peter Blambert. This, Cilla Black, Victoria Palace. I went every Saturday night, usually D14, D15, and sat and watched Cilla every Saturday night. There's another poster there of the same production of Cilla Black. The reason I went to show business was because of Cilla Black.
Really?
That was my whole reason I entered show business. Here again, London Palladium.
You met her a few times, didn't you?
I did. And I met her in nice ways as well. I mean, Top of the Pops I worked at, and she came on a couple of times. But generally speaking, I'll be with Christopher Biggins. I'd be sitting with Cilla in a dressing room, both of us having a glass of champagne. I can prove that as well. There's doubters out there. There are always people with doubters, aren't they? Radiators and drains in life. Drains drain you. That's a drain. Radiators. Did you? What was she like? That's a radiator.
Look at that picture.
And that ain't Carver.
Beautiful.
That ain't, I mean, my hair's a hairdressing disaster. When you're a hairdresser, you tend to experiment on yourself. You go through everything there. My only regret is I look odd, really. Who's that politician with the white hair? Boris. I mean, I think I inspired Boris Johnson with that look, so some good came out of it. But look at the hand. Fantastic. I mean, it's Cilla. I mean, my hand's round that, and we've got champagne.
How long were you blonde for?
I was blonde for about 20 years.
20?
It happened because of Song for Europe. When I was entered for the Song for Eurovision, I did 2 with my own hair.
What do you mean your own hair?
Oh, no, I did. I've always had... No, Song for Europe, I always had my own hair, dark hair.
Right.
But then I changed it.
Do you prefer being blonde?
I love being blonde. But I get stared at a lot in Margate. So I keep it dark for here.